Good morning, guys. I had like a slumber party sleepover last night by myself because we have no couch and we have no table anymore. And all during prep, I've been sleeping on the couch because I just sleep better. And yeah. So my couch is gone, so now I had to sleep on the floor. Ugh. Oh my god. It is Thursday, June 22nd. I haven't posted since Sunday, but I needed just to get some shit done. I got so much packing done yesterday. We move on Saturday and it felt so good. I tackled so much in these last couple days. So it was really needed. It was really needed. But I'm gonna get up and go do legs at the gym, and then it's Thursday, so that means it's check-in with my coach. We'll see where I am from my check-in with him on Monday. I swear my metabolism has been on fire since I got to eat actual food, and I'm pretty sure I'm sitting only a half a pound above stage weight that I was that morning. And I was really skinny that morning. So hopefully he gives me more food. That would be great. Okay, I'm gonna get up now and get myself ready so we can go to the gym.
Alright, what is up, guys? We are done at the gym. Sanitize, of course. It is 7 o'clock right now. I usually am back home getting my breakfast together. Luckily, I prepared the coffee before I left. So all I have to do when I go home is hit brew. Because on my way to the gym today, I decided, you know what? Because we had sold some of our stuff and I had cash. I'm I don't like carrying cash around. I'm going to go put it in the bank. I go to put it in the bank. And mind you, it's 5:50 in the morning. Not really something where not a time where I want to be dealing with, I don't know, things not working properly, I guess you would say. Yeah. I deposit my money, and they were I had $600 bills, okay? I deposit my money. And then it says that there is an error, and then usually when they can't deposit something, they spit it back, which is fine. So they spit it back, the machine spit it back, and instead of giving me $600 bills back, I only received 5. So I spent about 25 minutes before I was in the gym this morning on the phone with Chase, letting them know that your machine malfunction has now ate $100 from me, and I am not okay with it. So long story short, they credited my account $100. Fine, great. And now I'm paranoid though to go and deposit any money through an ATM, because what the hell? So if any of you ever go and do that, count your money before and then double check on the screen, and then if it spits it back, double check again, because if I wouldn't have noticed, I would have left and been $100 short. Yeah, okay. So what we're doing now is going to a different bank and going to attempt to deposit the money again. And I also have to swing by the store and pick up some egg whites and some rice cakes, because tomorrow is my rice cake day, and I am out of chocolate, and that is not a good thing. So what else I'm going to talk to you guys about in this video is I posted an Instagram photo on Tuesday for Transformation Tuesday. And it was, if any of you haven't seen it, go check out my Instagram. It's ariel.aileen. In the picture that I posted, it was showing my transformation from my off season to before my show last weekend. And there is a middle picture where I had to take a month off from training. I started training in January. I had to take February off because I had to go on this medicine. My doctor told me it's gonna make you gain weight. Like, obviously it was water weight, but it's going to affect you. So I'm like, okay, mentally I knew if I was taking that medicine, gaining weight, trying to prep and cut weight, that it was just going to be too much for me. So I let my coach know I needed to take that month off, picked back up with him in March, and then the rest is history. But I have never gotten so many likes, I guess, on a photo, which I'll talk about this more in a little bit. But it was really eye-opening to me, so keep watching because I'm going to tell you why it was eye-opening. Okay guys, so I am going to talk to you guys now about what I was talking about earlier, where the post that I put up on Tuesday, the amount of likes that it had got on it and what it actually showed me and why it was like so eye-opening to me is what I wanted to kind of talk about. Now, I mean, don't mind my empty, crazy, messy house. Like, seriously, like right now, like that's where I slept last night. It's just process of moving. Okay, so anyways, okay, so if you haven't looked at the post, go look at the post on my Instagram. It would be my latest one because I haven't posted one yet since Tuesday, I don't believe. But it got almost 500 likes. I have never gotten that many likes on a picture. I know it sounds crazy. I mean, like, I have been like on Instagram and like social media and stuff for like probably just doing it the same amount that anybody else has, but like until I really started focusing on being a YouTuber and doing more social media and focusing more on that, I just kind of went with the flow. I wasn't focused on how many followers I had or what, but now that this is something that like I'm using to put myself out there and get myself known, I am becoming more focused on it. So I'm trying to kind of like pick and choose like what is going to be most beneficial for me to post, what is going to be most helpful for people to see. And after posting that, and I got a huge growth in my followers within like 24 hours. And what I realized was that picture showed the true, like, what actually happens to a competitor when they come off of their, I guess, competition season. Now, a lot of us call it our off season, but really shouldn't call it an off season. It's more of like an improvement season if you're continuing on with this sport. So from the time in October, my last show, I stepped off stage and I was like right around like 98 pounds, something like that. I was pretty good from October until about mid-December. Kept everything under control. I sat right around like 108, 110, and then which to put muscle on, like you have to eat. Like you have to eat, you have to lift heavy, you have to change what you're doing, you have to get out of your caloric deficit. So I knew I had to do it, and I was okay with it. I knew mentally going into it I was going to have to grow and make a change, and the only way I was going to do that was by eating and eating more and working out harder and lifting more. So which benefited me now, because when I cut down I do have a lot more muscle than what I had last season. But So that first picture in the group of 3 was when I was right about 112. That was after Christmas, after New Year's. I mean, drinking sweets, all of that stuff. I was definitely holding on to excess water. I mean, as well as like I had put some like fat on around my muscles and everything else. But I picked up back up with my coach, started training January 1. Towards the end of January, I was having some like health problems and issues and whatnot, and I needed to go on this medicine. And my doctor warned me when I go on this medicine that, and I looked it up and everything, that it can make you gain weight. And I knew that going into prep and going into training for a national show and going into just the whole season of like the season where I was going into it with my pro card being like within reach and like wanting that to be my end goal of the season, I knew that if I was not going to let it affect me mentally, I needed to listen to my body, listen to myself, take a step back for like a month, which it was a short month. It was February. It wasn't even like a full month. That way I could fully be back in it 110%. So, if you have checked out the picture, the middle photo, I was right at like at my heaviest being on that medicine. I was the same weight I was when I came home from the hospital after having Evie. I was like 117, and like at 5 foot, it may not sound like a lot, but my weight doesn't distribute evenly. My weight kind of distributes all in like my mid and thighs. And you can see that in the picture. That picture, however, when I checked in with my coach when we restarted, I had like gotten myself down to like 116. I like dropped a pound off or whatever. So that middle picture, I was up 4 pounds from when I had originally started with him a month before. Talk about a mental like mind fuck. I'm telling you, man, it was so hard, and I was like, we just went into it, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I know this is from medicine. I know it's gonna drop off. I know I have to stay focused. If I just do what I know how to do, things will work out. And I had to keep telling myself it was March, and I wasn't competing until June. So, with that being said, I went into it. I was struggling the first few weeks. Not even like struggling to like stay on track. I was struggling to like, I was eating what I needed to and stuff wasn't really budging. I was like maybe coming down like a 0.4 or like a point whatever. Like it wasn't even a full pound. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, it was just stressful. It was very, very, very stressful. And having a good coach behind me, I knew like, you know, he'd have something up his sleeve to like, let's try something different. So after doing all of March, we kind of did like a carb cycling type thing. We were like, all right, or he's like, you know what, let's try full 100% going keto. So that's when I picked up the keto diet, and I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. It isn't something that you can be on for like long term because you are so carb depleted that your brain doesn't really function normally, which I can totally tell because if any of you that are watching this have had children, you know what pregnancy brain is, and it's like pregnancy brain like times 10. Like sometimes it's just not good. But so back to that picture, then that final picture in that grouping was like a day or two before my competition. It was a day before. Yeah, it was the morning before I left for the competition. I was down almost 18 pounds from the middle picture, and I mean, I maintained muscle. It's crazy what your body can do when you just let it go and you let it like just do what it needs to do when you're staying focused and consistent on something. So basically, like, this whole video, yes, it's just me sitting here talking and whatnot, but like, I wanted to like let you guys know that seeing that post made me realize that showing that I am a normal human being and showing that like I don't stay this lean year round, and that I do live a life, and that being a competitor, I do go out and eat and enjoy myself and have fun, makes me like a little bit more excited for the fact that when I am in my improvement season, that you guys will be able to relate to me a little bit more, because I will be eating, I will be putting weight back on. You guys are gonna see that. I'm gonna talk to you guys about that as it's happening, because if I can talk through it, I mean, I know already, I've had it in my mind, I have to put weight back on. This weight that I'm at right now is not something that I'd be able to even gain any muscle at. So I know mentally already I'm gonna have to put weight on. So going through this whole process, you guys being able to relate to me, you guys like being able to actually see me eat food, normal foods, make some foods, you know, still being on the healthier side, but not just like a prep diet or a prep life, I guess I guess that's what you would say. So with that being said, this is going to be the end of this video. Basically, the whole point of this video was to talk about the fact that that picture made me realize I can relate to people more when I am out of this prep life, because not everybody does competitions, not everybody eats the way that like I do right now. So when I am back to being able to consume normal amounts of food and like and go out and have fun and enjoy myself, you guys are going to enjoy these videos a lot more. I promise you. I promise, because it's just going to be more beneficial to you guys as well. So keep checking in. I'm going to keep posting. I have another show next weekend. We're hoping that is where I take home that pro card. So keep checking back in. I don't think I'm going to post a video every day next week like I did going into my first show, but I will be posting quite a few. So thanks for checking back with me. Thanks for watching me babble on for these last like 14 minutes, whatever it's going to end up being. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, tell your friends, and go check out that Instagram post. Talk to you later, guys. Toodles.